07 citizens, my name is Black, and I see so many new players asking about ROC Mining, which for those who do not know is a small ground vehicle that you can transport around in the back of many ships, including a C1 Spirit or a Cutlass Black amongst many. And so I wanted to make a quick updated guide on how to scan and find those Hadanite rocks so you can waste little time and earn more profits. Now my guides are fast, so let's go ahead and get into it. So before I get into the actual scanning info, I wanted to first give a rundown for new players who might not know how to get started with ROC Mining. So go ahead and skip ahead to the next section if you're familiar with it. You can easily rent the needed vehicles by traveling to any of the stations that have a refinery. Now I would recommend Referral 1 or Referral 2 near Hurston, since the Hurston system is also where I recommend you do your ROC Mining. Taking the elevator to the refinery deck, and then going to the shop, you will find the rental kiosk in the back of the store. Now once there, you can rent a rock for around 2500 AUEC per day or 24 hours real time. And if you also need a vehicle to carry it, the Cutlass Black is also available to rent for 50,000 credits per day. Now a side note is that if you want to skip ROC mining, you can also rent a prospector, which allows you to mine larger rocks found on the same surface that I'm going to show you in just a moment. But the cost to buy that vehicle in the game is another million more than this setup is going to be. Anyway, back to the ROC mining setup. Now renting a rock and a Cutlass might seem like somewhat of a gamble, but you will easily earn, at the very least, that money back within your first hour or two of mining. To purchase these vehicles in-game, you're going to need to save up your credits while using those rented vehicles, which is going to run you a little over 3 million credits total, which is very much doable within a few days of rentals. Now one more thing of note while you're at the refinery is you need to pick up a heat suit, which is also sold here. There is the Pembroke undersuit, helmet, and backpack. They are pricey though, so plan on figuring in an additional 33k, but without it you will not last on the moon's surface for more than a couple of minutes. After you have your ROC mining vehicle, Pembroke armor set, and something to carry the rock in, and by the way, you will need to go to a ground outpost to pick up your ROC vehicle, at least until the personal hangars are in the game later this summer, 2024. Anyway, your next important step is location. Now hands down, the Moon Aberdeen in the Hurston system is going to be your best bet. Just set your star map to either Norgard or Anderson on Aberdeen, and once you arrive, you can go to those stations to grab your rock. Once you have your rock, or if you already had it, just take your ship up about 2k off the ground, look down and start scanning, and go ahead and go to the next portion of the guide so I can show you what you're looking for. When I first drop out of Quantum above the surface, one of the first things I do is turn away from the outpost that I jumped to, unless of course I need to go down there to pick up my rock. Now the reason is you want to get some distance between you and that outpost in your search pattern to keep from having too many possible player entanglements. You don't have to go up too high though, about 2,000 to 3,000 off the ground tops, and then just look down and you're ready to start pinging. Now speaking of pings, to ping your radar, press and hold the tab key for a moment and then let go. This lets off your scan. You're looking for these little areas with all the little tiny circles in the map icon, and it's going to say unknown. To get a better idea of what might be out there, press the V key, which is going to turn your master mode from nav quantum to nav scan. Now look at the right side of your screen and you'll see an RS signature with a number next to it. Now this example shows that number to be 10,800, which is great for mining larger rocks with a prospector or mole vehicle. But for ROC mining, this number is not what we're looking for and it's too high. Another helpful tip about the scanner when you're in the nav scan or scanning mode is that you can scroll your mouse wheel up or down to alter the right side round UI element called PIERC, which I guess stands for Pierce. The higher the percentage, the more front focused the scan will be, which is good to zero in on a target that you found. Now here I happen to scan something with a signature of 5580. Now other signatures that you're going to want to look out for are going to be in the 3000 to 9000 range. You're going to see signatures like 3100, 4340, 5580, 6200, 8060, etc. Now keep in mind that these are not always guaranteed to be ROC minables, but more often than not these numbers are, and I've not seen one go up into the 10,000 range. Anyway, my example here shows 5580, which is going to turn out to be a small mineable that we can do with the rock. Now as I get closer, you can see the little mineable icons, which kind of suck by the way compared to the previous version's little diamond icon that we had before this update, but whatever. Larger rocks will not be grouped so tight, and they're going to show up a lot further away at just under 3,000 kilometers. Now rock mineables are not going to show up until you're just under 1,000 kilometers away, so basically when you're right on top of them. Now, out of the 3 mineables that you can collect, I honestly would only stop for Hadanite, and only stop if you see more than 5 or 6. They can show up in clusters of like 10 to 13, and with that many, you're going to fill up your rock halfway, and you'll be able to take them back to any mining outpost once you're full or decide to go back, and it'll be any of the mining outposts like we jumped to, such as Anderson or Norgard, to sell them. But how to know if it's Hadanite or not while you're in your ship? I say in your ship because in all honesty, you shouldn't have to leave your ship. You can either get really close like I am here and hold the mouse button down to scan. The little tiny rock needs to stay highlighted for the scan to work, which is going to take like 5 to 10 seconds to scan. If it scans correctly, you're going to see the results on the right side. If it does not, then you can try again, or you can also try to hold F and zoom in with your mouse wheel to get a very close-up visual. Now here are the 3 rock types so you can get an idea of what you're looking for. The majority of what you will run across on Aberdeen is going to be Hadanite over the other 2, which is why I recommend going there. Now once you know you have your Hadanite, land your ship, shut the engines off, back your rock off the back of it, and then have at it. Anyway, that should get you up and running with ROC Mining. I also have scanning guides for normal surface mining as well as salvage scans to find free pieces to salvage that pay really well without the need to take those expensive salvage missions. Anyway, if you found this short guide helpful, then please like and comment down below, as that really helps my short runtime videos gain some traction from the evil YouTube algorithm. Anyway, I've been Black, and thank you for watching, and stay positive as you make your way through the verse.